Hi there. Camera confidence. How do you get camera confidence? Well, you do it a lot. You keep practicing. You don't have to place what you practiced every time, but you just keep practicing until you get to the stage where you don't feel the least bit self-conscious about looking at a camera and virtually talking to yourself. Because that's what we're doing when we're talking to a camera. But we needn't think along those lines. We're thinking about the message that we're eventually going to put out there and other people are going to see. We practice not to become good. We practice to become so confident and so competent that we don't even have to think about whether we're good or not. Practice often. Practice every day, for a while anyway, until it becomes a habit. And then you'll find that you can sit in front of the camera or stand in front of the camera and talk to it without being the least bit self-conscious. The greater the quantity of ideas that you get, jot them down whenever an idea occurs to you about something that you can talk about and make a video of. Jot it down somewhere and make that video as soon as you can, because the greater the quantity of ideas that come to you, the greater will be the quality ideas within that quantity. Does that make sense? A few other things you need to remember. People don't buy what you do. They buy what you are. This is what Simon Sinek said. People don't buy what you do, they buy what you are. Now, when you're talking into a camera, you'd be surprised how people can work out the sort of character you really are. Not to a great depth, but whether or not you are creditable in their thoughts, their thinking, and in their eyes, whether you can be trusted. This is important because if you're disliked just by a few glances at your video, they will scroll past. They won't look at it. Your most effective messages are the ones that they sense that you live by. In other words, you're an exemplar. You practice what you preach. You might think that doesn't show up in a video. Maybe. I think not, though. I think people, if they watch a few of your videos and stay with you, they will quickly find out the type of person you are. Do they want to stay with you? That's important. Another thing is, any message that you put out to your audience, to your listeners, it has to be something that rings true for you. If you don't accept it, not really deep down, but you're trying to get other people to accept it, it will not work. You are the exemplar of what you do and what you teach, what you're trying to put across. I cannot emphasize this too strongly enough. You can have what was his name? 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. Stephen Covey said, we can come from the personality principle or we can come from the character principle. The personality is not what we are. It's what we show to people, what we hide behind often. But the character of what we are comes through in so many ways when you're speaking to an audience. And I suspect that it comes through pretty well even when you're just speaking into a camera, because what you're doing here, we might be speaking into a camera, but we are envisioning at the same time, at some level of our mind, of actually speaking to real people. It's a split sort of a thing. It's crazy, really. We're talking to an electronic device, and yet in our mind we're also talking at the same time, albeit the video might be placed a lot later, maybe viewed weeks later, months later, perhaps even years later, and who knows, if it's really good, decades later. If you've got a profound message to say, it will remain on the internet. It will be played lots and lots of times. It could be played hundreds of thousands of times. Or like Sir Ken Robinson, that's his name? Yes, Sir Ken Robinson, talking on YouTube about education and how the education is, the way we educate kids is killing creativity. 2 years ago, he had 74 million views. 74 million views. So this is the power that you have, at least in theory, in yourself. If you have something so important, so profound, and you do it so well, you don't need any props, you don't need anything special. You just need the message coming from your heart, deep down, and being listened to by other people. It can be on the internet and watched, as I said with Sir Ken's message, millions of times. So don't ever undersell yourself and think, well, everybody else is doing this. No one's going to look at my stuff. If you feel deeply and strongly about it enough, and it really comes from deep down, and you've developed the techniques, the skills of being able to put a message well across well on video, it could well be watched by a great many people, far more people than you probably think of at this time. So get over this business of being camera shy and worrying about how you look. Think about the message you want to convey. You're putting it out there because you feel strongly about it. You want other people to look at it. You want other people to absorb it into their being and use it in their life. And you can do that. Develop the techniques. Develop camera confidence. And once you've got that, competence, excellence, and then become a master at what you do. Once you become a master at what you do, everything then just quietly, quickly, ably falls into place.